When we think of Misericordia, we think of a beautiful campus on the north side of Chicago. But Misericordia's story began a century ago. It was born February 4th, 1921, on the south side, where, under the direction of the Sisters of Mercy, the Misericordia Maternity Hospital and Home for Infants opened its doors, serving mothers of meager means and their newborn babies. By 1951, its name was shorter, Misericordia Home, and its future far broader. In 1954, Sister Mary Walter and the Sisters of Mercy redirected their focus to meeting the needs of infants and children with physical and developmental disabilities. By the late 1960s, Misericordia was at a turning point. In 1969, Sister Rosemary Connolly was appointed administrator. For more than 50 years, Sister Rosemary would guide Misericordia through enormous growth, touching and ultimately changing the lives of thousands of children, family, and supporters. As Sister Rosemary always says, I felt God's presence the first time I walked into Misericordia. I felt that all the children were loved. Her first order of business was to create much-needed programming for these young residents. She started with a trip to the local Sears, where she purchased swimming pools, tires, and a handful of tricycles for the kids. The children loved these new programs and tools, but Sister Rosemary knew much more had to be done. During a meeting with Monsignor Thomas Holbrook, administrator of Catholic Charities, she expressed concerns that Misericordia South was no longer large enough. The Monsignor mentioned that Angel Guardian Orphanage, located on 31 acres on the north side of Chicago, had closed due to lack of state funding. Sister Rosemary saw an opportunity, and an idea took root. On a chilly day in late March 1976, 39 children and staff left Misericordia South and headed to the north edge of Chicago, blazing a trail that hundreds of other children would eventually follow. Sister Rosemary researched how residential homes clustered together in small, village-like settings might benefit people with developmental disabilities. In 1981, they broke ground for the Heart of Mercy Village Homes. Sister described her vision as an attempt to create a living community that will allow the maximum degree of participation with the outside world. The village homes paved the way for many more residential areas on campus that would decrease the ever-growing wait list and meet the needs of each individual resident. As Misericordia grew, so did its commitment to continuing educational and developmental learning. These opportunities expanded on campus with the opening of the Learning Center, offering classes in reading and writing and basic life skills. In the mid-1980s, Misericordia opened the Adult Development Training Workshop, affectionately referred to as DT, and then later called Community Day Services. Since then, it has expanded, created, and refined programs focused on meaningful work, community employment, adult learning programs, technology, micro-businesses, and independent living skills. It provided residents with the dignity of an honest day's work and, of course, a paycheck. Misericordia believes that all people, disabled or not, should have the opportunity to be meaningful members of their community every day. Over the years, Sister's feeling of God's presence at Misericordia has only grown stronger. All residents worship in their own way. Those of the Jewish and Christian faiths are able to attend daily or weekly services in the chapel and in the all-faith room. Misericordia also encourages all residents to be involved with organizations of faith in their larger communities. Today, Misericordia residents enjoy a high quality of life due to its extensive medical, therapy, and health and wellness programs. Thanks to Sister Rosemary's vision, there's an on-campus dental clinic, a hair salon, the Misericordia Sweetheart Shop in Glenview, and so much more. The new millennium brought a building momentum. In 2005, after more than 80 years, Misericordia decided to close its South Campus and relocate the remaining residents to a newly constructed skilled nursing home called the Catherine Macaulay Skilled Residence. Misericordia reached another milestone in 2016 with the opening of 4 new homes in the Quinlan Terrace. These facilities are designed to provide care for the aging and, more importantly, complete the full continuum of care on campus. But challenges keep coming. In early 2020, the home found itself once again in uncharted waters. The coronavirus pandemic that swept the world threatened not only the services offered to residents, but threatened their health, their very lives. Misericordia mobilized, quickly taking steps to ensure the safety of both vulnerable residents and staff as well. Its 1,100-member staff not only takes care of the residents each and every day, but they do so with love and compassion. From the direct care staff to housekeeping and maintenance, the employees touch so many lives, ensuring residents are living the highest quality of life. Through the years, Misericordia has benefited from the efforts and the commitment of thousands of volunteers. Since 1921, their work and loyalty have remained the lifeblood of Misericordia. The home simply could not exist without the continued involvement of our volunteers, supporting groups, Misericordia families, and siblings. As Misericordia moves forward, plans are continually being developed to expand and grow. New residences, services, facilities, and programs are forever being considered, all in an effort to better the lives of those who live here and those who someday will. Today, Misericordia serves more than 600 children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities on a 31-acre campus with 14 additional homes. It has also opened the campus to 200 more families. This growth shows no signs of abating for the next 100 years. Congratulations, Misericordia, on a century of compassionate care.